left on the Thursday before the show. On Friday, we got up at 4 in the morning, loaded, and it was about a 6-hour ride to six and a half to Paso Robles and Twin Rivers. This would be our first time seeing Twin Rivers. Pretty exciting. Also an exciting chance for Nasha and I to get on a cross-country course we had never seen before. We'd worked pretty hard on our dressage, and like true to form, when we actually performed, most of the good things we were doing in practice, some of them kind of showed up here, but not really. The rounding just wasn't there. The pattern is okay, and our practice beforehand, we spent a half hour with Chloe really trying to get into the right position, really work on our transitions as well, and it was okay. We've been stuck in this 35 to 38 in our dressage scores in beginner novice, and that's better than where it was in starter, but we just are having trouble getting over that hump, and it's just going to take more work. Sometimes when he gets in the arena, and especially he's feeling probably my tenseness, which creates tension with him. One of the comments I get quite a bit is bracing. One of the other comments I used to get is energy, although I think our energy is getting better. But the other one is, our scores on the transitions, like that big head bop as we went into the right canter. Those are where we're getting marked down pretty heavily. And, we just got to keep doing it, keep immersing ourselves. Even that transition was just too abrupt. And, we're working on it. We're practicing it all the time. There's parts of it that are getting much better. And in practice, in your own arena, it's going to look better. That's where we're the most comfortable, and that's where the least amount of pressure is. Right here on the free rein, he just could be lower and less looking around, and that is a product of being in a new environment. And those are, again, another piece that we have to work on quite a bit. Again, a head bob on the transition to the walk. We ended up getting a little over 37 on this one. Of the three disciplines since we started eventing last year, this has definitely been, dressage has been the hardest for us. There's no question. There's just no fudging the answer. You've got to come in and you got to be a lot more precise, and we have a long way to go to get there. But we are doing the work, so we'll keep doing the work and see those scores come down a bit. I love the venue here. I love the fact that you had 4 arenas side by side. Although it was a little chaotic in practice, it was a little more spread out, which I really liked. So that was Friday morning. Then Friday afternoon, we had cross country. And I liked their format because we did both disciplines on Friday, and then Saturday morning we did show jumping, and then our weekend was basically done. I was there with some other riders at higher levels, and they were still going through Sunday, but we were done by Saturday morning. And so here's the cross country phase. This is usually pretty strong phase, although we've had some challenges in beginning novice. where it just hasn't fully come together. What we worked on is control, and maybe too much so, in the sense that we've had a little bit of trouble in the past making the time. At the championships in August, we didn't make the time. At Ramtap, we missed the time. And then we had the setback with at the end of the year Galway fall, and then we kind of came back to it, and I got 2 refusals at Galway in January, and they were around the ditch and around a corner that I just didn't set them up right for. So I really wanted to come in here with Nasha and have a really good cross country, a solid cross country, no refusals, and I wanted to make time. But even looking at the video, I can see we're just maybe being a little too controlled with the speed, and which makes it tighter to get under the time. So, but the jumping part, I mean, he felt great. He felt strong. Right here, he was looking at quite a bit at that show jumping arena as we came around here, and you can see him kind of drifting. So I was glad to get him online to the jump and get his attention back to the jump. He was having no problem with any of the jumps whatsoever. But there is 2 places in here that I was a little worried about when I walked the course, and one of them was the ditch and one was the downhill drop bank. And again, another big box that he just kind of cruised over. And so to make the time, I just haven't really let him, I don't think cutting loose is the right way, but letting him run a little freer and then just checking in. And I got to be much better at that. Right there was the ditch, and we lost time right there, and we recovered, but that was a point where we gave away some time. And so anyways, going back to the ability to let him run a little bit and then just check in and use my half halts a little more effectively at the right moments, to make the time. So we end up not making the time, and by quite a bit, and I think we missed it by 30 seconds, and some of it is that ditch, and now we come to the drop bank, and we'll see the hesitation here. Now, I didn't get a refusal. His feet never moved back, and again, there's a stop, and so those, that's 7 to 10 seconds lost right there. And then then we start moving. So the second part of this course, it's kind of it feels like we're no longer just kind of cruising and just kind of getting through, and we finally kind of have the purpose that we probably needed at the first part of the course too. You can see us moving better and faster, and part of that is I thought we were missing on some of the time on because of the ditch and the down bank. But I actually at the end thought we had made up the time because we had this later part of the course felt so good and it felt faster, but we did not. So here on this one, I really pushed him to make sure we weren't going to have any refusals, especially the jump that had a little bit of the hedge on it. And we got through that. I was a little worried about that one, but he took it in stride, no problem. And so no refusals, missed a little time, and that's fine. You know, it was a good learning for me in how we would ride the next cross country, which was, when we did this, was going to be Galway in May. And I'll have to post some of those videos after this one goes. So the last was show jumping. Show jumping, I didn't consider it our strongest. I considered cross country probably our strongest, but show jumping, it's been between shows and schooling shows, one days. I think the last 5, we have not dropped a rail and made the time. And this is no exception. We do have a little bit of a scare right here. Right then I knew, like, okay, we need more momentum. And so I pushed him forward a little bit, and he definitely rose to the occasion. He felt it and said, okay, we're moving. And so at that point, we're going pretty well. And I was pretty confident we could make the time, and that we could clear all the jumps without knocking a rail down. This has become probably where I'm most confident with Nasha, and although I love cross country of the 3 disciplines the best, there's no question. But he's cruising through. He's just jumping great, and I feel like when I came up here, I felt like we could clear novice jumps. Like we're ready, particularly in show jumping, for novice jumps. So anyways, great event, great time, great learning.